The entire restaurant went silent when a well-dressed businessman loudly mocked a single mother for being stood up on what should have been the happiest day of her life. Before anyone else could react, a complete stranger walked to her table, smiled gently, and sat beside her, pretending to be the boyfriend who had supposedly arrived late. But just when everyone believed the awkward moment had been saved, the woman's 6-year-old daughter looked straight at the stranger with hopeful eyes and refused to let him leave, believing that after years of heartbreak, her mother had finally found someone who truly cared. Before this emotional journey begins, if you believe kindness, forgiveness, hope, and second chances still have the power to change lives, please like this video, leave a thoughtful comment, share it with someone who needs encouragement today, and subscribe to our channel so our family and our community can continue growing through stories that remind us compassion is stronger than judgment. Lachlan Pierce had spent the last 4 years raising his nephew after a tragic accident claimed the lives of the boy's parents. Although he never planned to become a full-time guardian, he embraced the responsibility with quiet determination. Every weekday afternoon was carefully organized around school pickups, homework, and simple family dinners. His own dreams of romance had quietly faded behind the greater purpose of giving his nephew a stable childhood. On a bright Saturday afternoon, Lachlan stopped at a small family restaurant after finishing errands. While waiting for his meal, he noticed a woman sitting alone near the window with a little girl dressed in a bright yellow dress. Fresh flowers rested on the table beside them, but the empty chair across from the woman remained untouched. Her name was Brielle Donovan. Months earlier she had agreed to meet someone she believed genuinely cared about her. After years of raising her daughter, Elsie, alone, she had finally gathered enough courage to trust again. Instead, the man never arrived. Worse still, someone who recognized the situation began making cruel comments loud enough for nearby customers to hear. Embarrassment spread across Brielle's face. Elsie looked confused. She could not understand why her mother was trying so hard not to cry. Without giving himself time to overthink, Lachlan quietly carried his tray toward their table. He greeted Brielle warmly, acting as though unexpected traffic had simply made him late. The tension disappeared almost instantly. The whispers stopped. The people who had been watching quickly lost interest. Brielle understood exactly what the stranger was doing. His simple act of kindness protected her dignity when she needed it most. After several minutes, Lachlan prepared to return to his own table. Before he could stand, little Elsie wrapped both hands around his arm. Her innocent smile carried more hope than words ever could. She believed her mother had finally met someone who would never leave. Lachlan's heart quietly broke. He gently remained at the table long enough for them to finish lunch together. During the afternoon they discovered surprising similarities. Both had experienced painful loss. Both understood loneliness. Both believed children deserved security more than anything else. Neither realized how deeply that brief conversation would change their lives. Over the following weeks, Brielle sent Lachlan a handwritten thank you note. Their friendship slowly grew through daytime walks in the city park, community volunteer events, and school fundraisers where Elsie eagerly insisted that Lachlan join every activity. For the first time in years, laughter returned naturally to Brielle's life. Lachlan also noticed his nephew becoming happier whenever the two families spent time together. Yet happiness rarely arrives without challenges. When people noticed their growing friendship, rumors quickly spread. Some believed Lachlan only pitied Brielle. Others claimed Brielle had rushed into another relationship too soon. The gossip reached both of them. Fear quietly replaced confidence. They began seeing each other less often, believing distance might protect everyone involved. Elsie noticed immediately. Her cheerful personality faded. She no longer spoke excitedly about weekend picnics or visits to the playground. Lachlan's nephew missed the joyful afternoons that had slowly become part of his life. One sunny afternoon, the elementary school hosted a family charity fair. Parents, grandparents, and volunteers filled the playground with music, games, and laughter. Brielle arrived holding Elsie's hand. Lachlan attended with his nephew. Neither expected the other to be there. As they crossed paths near the school garden, Elsie smiled brighter than anyone had seen in weeks. She ran toward Lachlan without hesitation. The little girl hugged him tightly before taking his hand. Watching from nearby, dozens of families quietly smiled. There was nothing forced about the moment. Only genuine affection. Brielle suddenly realized something important. She had allowed fear of public opinion to become stronger than the quiet happiness growing inside her heart. Lachlan reached the same conclusion. Kindness should never be abandoned simply because other people misunderstand it. That afternoon they chose honesty instead of hiding. They admitted their friendship had become something much deeper. Not because either needed rescuing, but because they had slowly become a source of strength for one another. Months passed. Their families blended naturally through countless ordinary afternoons. Homework became easier around shared kitchen tables. Birthday celebrations became louder. Holiday afternoons became warmer. Laughter once again filled homes that had long been silent. Lachlan discovered that pretending to be someone's boyfriend for only a few minutes had unexpectedly led him toward a lifetime built on trust, friendship, and love. Brielle learned that genuine love rarely arrives through perfect plans. Sometimes it quietly appears through one stranger willing to protect another person's dignity. Before this story reaches its heartfelt ending, we'd love to hear from you. Please leave a meaningful comment telling us whether you believe one small act of kindness can completely change someone's future, or share a moment when a stranger unexpectedly restored your faith in humanity. As another beautiful afternoon ended beneath warm sunshine, Lachlan looked at the joyful children playing together and realized that the greatest relationships are not built through grand promises but through ordinary moments of compassion repeated day after day. Brielle understood that healing begins the moment we allow ourselves to trust kindness again. Elsie reminded every adult around her that children often recognize genuine love long before grown-ups find the courage to admit it. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, leave a meaningful comment, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe to our channel so you never miss another emotional journey. May we all remember that sometimes the kindest thing we can do for a stranger becomes the first chapter of the family we never expected to find.